Ngayong araw ng mga patay, kwentong kababalaghan ang madalas pag-usapan, mga kaluluwang ligaw, mga espiritong nagpaparamdam. Sasagutin ng isang occult investigator ang inyong tanong sa mga misteryong nababalot dito. Siya ang founder ng Mysterium Philippines. Kaibigan Robert Francis Rubin. Good evening. Robert, maraming salamat sa iyong pagdaan sa amin dito sa Bandila. Una-muna, ano ba ang occultist?
Occultist is isang tao who focuses on the study of the hidden. So basically, if you study mga tarot, seances, supernatural, all falls under the form of occultism. So
okay, hidden na ano? Ipaunawa mo sa akin yan.
Basically, mga esoteric na knowledge, like that's not known by many. So example, meditation, healings, deeperly hidden traditional practices of different parts of the world, usually spiritually inclined.
Okay, kasama ba dyan yung halimbawa life after death? Itong mga hindi natin nauunawaan na mga... Okay, sa ating mga manunood, yung mga spirito, mga ghosts.
Opo.
Kasama
Actually,
yan.
very much in part of it kasi you need to understand both this life, past lives, and the life after death in order to have a better understanding sa existence.
So holistic yan. Hindi lamang yung ngayon, hindi lamang yung nakalipas, pero pati na rin yung darating. Gamit mo, Robert, ay tarot.
Yes, it's one of the forms of divination na ginagawa ko. Pero hindi ko fortune teller. Actually, I call myself tarot consultant kasi I like to help people with their direction in life as a guide to the tarot.
Okay, so hindi ka nang huhula.
Oo, hindi kong kahula.
So instead of panghuhula, nagka-counsel?
Basically po, more of guidance.
Anong klase mga tao at anong klase mga problema ang idinudulog sa'yo?
Usually the most common, love life number 1.
Love life at ang tanong nila ay paano ako makakamit ng ganito?
Exactly.
O paano kami magkakabalikan ng aking girlfriend o boyfriend? Okay,
exactly.
alright. And then ano pa?
Number 2, business. Those are the top 2 talaga.
Negosyo. Pero nakaka-encounter ka rin ng mga problema, halimbawa na merong mga sumusunod na mga kaluluwa, mga espiritu, halimbawa, meron din.
Opo, that's actually part of it. Tito Boy, kasi when a person comes to me and they want to ask questions, usually takot sila. They don't want to say that there's something following them kasi they might think, this person will think I'm crazy.
Right.
So they usually say, gusto ko lang ko mag-tarot reading muna, and from there, it'll come out and we can discuss it further.
All right. What is the most memorable case na hinawakan mo, Robert?
For tarot?
I mean, for tarot.
My wife.
Dahil?
Well, she came to me for a reading and she wanted to know about something. I didn't think it was anything at the moment. Afterwards,
and you found love?
Down the line, yes, I did find love. So that's probably the most memorable tarot case ever.
It should be the most memorable.
Indeed it is.
Okay. Ano ang ibig sabihin mo pag sinasabi mo sa mga blogs na ikay isang non-conformist occultist?
Kasi usually, when we conform to any tradition, any kind of tradition, that's when you're conformist. You're following the rules. Non-conformist occultist basically means you don't follow any rules. You create your own rules. You create your own beliefs, your own traditions. You do what feels true to you.
But you can only do that pag alam mo kung ano ang meron.
Usually.
Kung ano ang status quo.
Exactly.
Kung ano ang ginagawang tama at anong ginagawang mali. You have this book. It's called Defensive Occultism. Ang ibig sabihin ng defensive occultism ay?
Basically to protect yourself from all possible scenarios of the supernatural world.
Okay.
Be it multo, be it kulam, be it sometimes even con artists, it's all featured there.
Correct. Na ibig sabihin para maproteksyonan ka.
Exactly.
Paano namin malalaman ng isang occultist, halimbawa, ay totoo at paano namin malalaman na sa halimbawa, peke?
Well, usually those who are more inclined to give you details, be very clear about what they do, they give you a very good understanding of how they go about their processes, they can answer your questions clearly. Usually they're the ones who are the more real. You have what we call also charlatans who say, ako isang high priest of this tradition, pero they couldn't answer your questions even if their life depended on it.
Okay. Robert, narito ang ilang mga katanungan mula sa Bandila Facebook at Twitter account. No? Mula kay Sharon Lacerna, how will I know if a ghost is a bad or a good spirit?
Well, usually, Tito Boy, if a ghost is a good spirit, it'll just do helpful things. It won't try to scare you. It might even save your life in some cases. It's been reported. Pero usually, ang bad...
So, may indicators ba ito na mabait o hindi?
Sometimes, yes. About the bad spirits, they'll do things like they'll give you nightmares, they'll play with your stuff, they'll hide your things, they'll even sometimes cause physical bodily harm. So if you feel you're in danger, chances are the spirit's not too good for you.
Robert, meron ako isang kaso ng isang kaibigan, dito lang sa Makati, hindi natin sasabihin kung saan. Totoo pala yung mga kwento na may mga spirits na parang gustong makipagtalik sa'yo?
Well, in some cases, yes.
Meron ganon?
Yeah, in some cases, Tito Boy, they can get certain attached to one particular individual.
Okay,
and
and
what happens is either they feel that the individual, like if you've seen the movie Ghosts,
Okay.
Patrick Swayze got attached to Whoopi Goldberg kasi it's a means of communication.
Pero
Sometimes,
paano mo iiwasan yun? Paano kang iiwas sa pagkakataon na ganon?
usually, sometimes you need to understand why does the spirit want. You have to communicate back, in other words, kasi they will continue making your life misery until.
But you do that with somebody who knows what to do.
Exactly.
You go to an expert to
Exactly.
communicate, di ba? Kasi, is it right that sometimes we talk to them na, tabi-tabi po, pasensya na ho kayo dumadaan? Can they actually hear us?
Sometimes they can, yes, pero if there's a deeper message, you'd really need sometimes what we call
Someone.
a medium,
A
an
medium.
interpreter to be like a channel between
Tama.
you and the spirit world.
Itong ginagawa ninyo, Robert, I'm sure this is the first time na ikay tinanong nito, hindi ba ito labag sa aking paniniwala bilang isang Kristiyano? Hindi ba ito trabaho ng demonyo, ika nga?
Actually, no, because in the practice what we do, faith is very important. It's your number one vanguard. And if you don't believe in God, if you don't believe in a Jesus or any form of divine entity, then you will not be protected from the more malignant entities in the spirit world. So it's Catholicism, Christianity, there are prayers even that are used to protect you.
You have a religion.
Yes, I do.
You are?
Catholic, openly.
Okay. Mula kay Cristabel Barrientos, what should you do if you see a ghost in front of you? Halimbawa, nasa harap mo, anong gagawin ko?
Well, even ako, if a ghost just appeared in front of me, takbo ako. Kasi it's very frightening. Pero if you know it's there, if you know that there's a spirit in the room, usually just show it respect and show it love.
How do you show respect?
Just, you don't say, huy, labas sa kwarto ko. You don't do that. You say, kuya, or kaibigan tayo,
Okay.
we're friends, there's no wrong
Alright.
between us.
Mula kay, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Rabbi Babs Mape, totoo bang nananakot ang multo or is it just asking for help?
Both actually happen, Tito Boy. Kasi spirits can feed off of the fear of people. And the more fear you invest into a spirit, the more control it has over you.
Okay, dapat hindi ka magparamdam ng takot.
Exactly, because fear is the opposite of faith. If you have faith, then you're not afraid because you know God will protect
But
you.
it is also possible that your first reaction is fear, tapos pupunta ka sa faith kasi nakakatakot naman talaga pag unang pagkakataon. Mula kay Jefferson Mendoza, bakit puro ang mga babae ang multo? White lady, aswang, manananggal, mangkukulam?
Well, usually in cases like that, those are the ones most recorded. Pero there's may mga lalaki spirito. There's
Okay.
a lot. So, it's not all women. It's just they're the ones that are most famous. Baka they look better than the male
Okay.
spirits.
Mula kay Roderick Toledo, magkakakilala pa ba ang mga spiritong namatay? For example, ang lola kong namatay, makikilala pa ba niya ang spirito ng lolo ko or ng father kong pumanaw na rin?
Yes, in most cases, Tito Boy, that's true. Kasi if nang matay isang tao, what will happen is a spirit that is friendly will come to collect it. So,
Okay.
example, if I died, most likely my father would come to collect me right now.
Okay. From Evaristo Tolentino, how do you open your third eye? Why is it that only few were given this gift? Can it be closed?
Well, if you ask me, can it be closed? No. Once it's open, it's open. But how
Okay.
to open it, it actually requires understanding why you want to open it to begin with. It actually understands. It has more
That desire to open it.
It's not a quest for power. Anyone can do it. Pero
Okay.
few are chosen, like they said in the question, simply because once you understand this phenomenon, there's a saying: you see them, they see you.
Okay. Mula kay Oslek Lianeta, totoo ba that a soul will return to the place of her death?
I
Why?
don't necessarily think
No,
so.
you don't.
I
Okay.
personally don't think so.
Mula kay Ken Kupkupin, totoo po ba ang sapi, possession? At bakit kadalasang mga masamang kaluluwa ang sumasapi sa tao?
Well, Tito Boy, sapi is probably the most dangerous form of phenomenon we've recorded. Simply
But it
because
is true.
It is true. It is true. Even the Vatican acknowledges it's true.
Okay.
So it's dangerous. I don't recommend people go looking for it. Avoid it as much as possible because it's usually hardball yan.
Okay. Robert, what do you say to people na hindi naniniwala sa inyong ginagawa?
Well, you can't please everyone. I just say, I'll show you respect. Just if you don't agree with what I do, then that's your prerogative.
Your last encounter with a spirit,
Last encounter with a spirit was 3 days ago.
anong nangyari?
Well, basically what happened, I was reading the tarot for someone, and there was a phenomenon at the house.
Exactly
Actually,
what happened.
things started moving around.
Things started in front of you?
Not in front of me, but it's like you could notice you're reading the tarot, tapos, ano yan? And things were happening. And of course, we were coming close to
Anong
Halloween.
ibig sabihin nun? Na gumagalaw na yung mga bagay?
Actually, kasi when you're using any form of tarot, ganon, you increase the psychic energy mo, so they get attracted to that. It's like lighting a candle in the darkness.
Have you encountered a violent spirit?
I've encountered negative spirits that actually cause you to feel very bad, and usually after an encounter with that, you usually need a lot of downtime para mag-recover from that.
Okay. Mabait na spirit.
I have a lot of
Madalas.
those. A lot of
Funny,
those.
funny spirits.
Sometimes prankster spirits,
Pranksters, meron.
mga Beavis and Butthead na spirits who want to just break stuff and trip on people.
This gift by includes, like, for example, now you're sitting in front of me, you are in a cold place like the studio. Can you actually tell? Can you feel? Wala, hindi naman.
Sometimes, yes. If
do.
a spirit walks by or if it's nearby, there will be certain changes in me that I'll start feeling nahilo ako or I'll start sensing, oh, baka there's something behind me, pero there's not.
Pero ngayon wala.
No, not right now, thankfully.
Robert, maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat. And let me say this, Robert, ikaw na.
No boy, ikaw na.